Testimonials. I'm Selena Ella Moon, and I am the founder of the Soulpreneur Institute. I'm here to support entrepreneurs who are on the spiritual path to thrive in their purpose and their business. And today I want to do a reading for you. This topic keeps coming up in my mind to connect with you on. So it's the topic of those of you who feel like you are in the void. Now, the void is basically a place where everything feels super dark and you meditate and you don't get any answers and you have no idea what's coming in your life and you feel like almost empty inside. It's not like you have a deep passion for something or you're not getting that really clear divine guidance yet. And it feels as though you're being put in a position to just like sit in the corner and wait. That is who I'm speaking to for today. So if you feel like this, then I want to do a little bit of a reading to see how we can help you to just make peace with the void, because the void can feel really uncomfortable, especially if you're used to always being on the go. And especially if your life circumstances are asking of you to show up in a way that you're just not fully aligned with yet, or that's just completely out of alignment and you're feeling like maybe you need to pivot. A lot of times when we want answers, we don't always get them when we feel a lot of heavy emotion around the subject. So if there's a feeling of pressure, or if you are just feeling like time is running out, or you feel as though things are not actually working out in a timely manner according to your agreements or contracts or whatever it is, don't worry, because God's got you, right? Divine timing is so different from human timing, because human timing, we have our agreements and we have this awareness of time and energy, but divine timing is so different. It's like things can change in an instant, right? Like everything can change in a single instant. It literally just takes one video to go viral. It takes one plane to crash and everybody on the plane dies. It takes one, lottery ticket to win the lottery. Like there's so many ways in which our lives can suddenly change. And it's really hard to tell when you're in the void what that timeline looks like. And it's very hard to get answers when you have this attachment to a timeline. And as humans, our ego just wants to create safety. And so naturally we're looking for a way to feel safe. So we're like, okay, God, like my rent is due, in a couple weeks. Let's get going here, right? Let's do something. And then 2 weeks go by and you still don't get any job offers, or, there hasn't been any money. And then the day your rent is due, it's like, bam, something comes out of the blue, right? It's like, that's the kind of thing that can happen when we're in the void. It's like, you cannot depend on what you know or what is safe or what you think is the answer when you're in the void. You have to literally just allow yourself to go blank. It's like creating life from a blank slate. And it's a very uncomfortable place that a lot of spiritual people get put into, because they feel like they're so used to getting all the answers. And that can also be very addictive, right? To always have all the answers and then suddenly not get the answers. It's like, are we addicted to needing to have the answer? Are we addicted to needing to know everything? And part of the evolution of the soul is to feel comfortable through all that life throws at us, to find that grounded centeredness, that peace, regardless of what's happening. And that sounds kind of like insanity, doesn't it? To like be able to handle that, depending on where you are in the world and what you're working with and what you're dealing with. And I just think that the more sensitive we are, the more silence we need. And so that was, the initial message that I got about this card, the void, that I wanted to start with. But let's see if there are any other messages while you are in this void place, because I feel like there's just something that you do need to sit with and know that's going to help you to expand your light into the world. And I already got some great cards here that I feel are so, so, so divine. So the first card is contemplation. Contemplation is really about, it's not just meditation, right? Meditation is maybe more when you go silent and you just like connect. And Other times you might do something like a guided meditation. By the way, I've written a book called Elemental Wellness, and there's 24 guided meditations in here that are connected to the elements. They're self-initiated journeys that will allow you to create pathways and anchors to be able to clear energy and look at different parts of yourself. So you can get this on Amazon if you guys are interested. But this contemplation is not that. This contemplation is being able to look at your life and say, how's it been going? What's been working? You know, what's been working in my relationships? What's been working in my career? What's been working in my health? And what hasn't been working? What hasn't really come to fruition? What are some of the crappy parts of my life that have been popping up, and what are they trying to teach me? And when you're in the void, it's not like everything is good or everything is bad. It's just that there's like this sense of there's nothing, right? Even if you have a great life and, you know, everything is going well, it doesn't matter. When you're put in the void, it's like you wake up and it's almost like you don't feel your pulse anymore, or you just don't hear the same way that you used to, or the songs that you love don't lift you up the way that they used to, or just the sun, looking at the sun doesn't bring you the same level of like joy or vitality that you're used to, right? There's like something going on where you just are being guided to contemplate. And the contemplation, what's going to happen is you're going to open this light field when you become aware. The awareness of the light field is that you are actually the one carrying this field of light. And sometimes when we get really busy with life, we forget the light that we carry. We don't necessarily even know the type of light that we carry and the way that we carry it, because we just carry it so unconsciously. But when we're in this contemplative space and we start reflecting on our thoughts and our vibration and our emotions, what happens is that we start also connecting with the light field. And this process is a self-initiation. So as much as you might be mad about it, it's actually you that's creating it. Your soul is giving this gift of a void to you at this time because you are being initiated into expanding your light field. And your light field is going to feel different when you start attuning yourself to it. And those who are not attuned to their light field, their businesses do not reflect their essence because they're not in touch with their essence. So if you're a business owner and you want your business to be weaved into your passion, to your purpose, to a deeper sense of fulfillment, to your mission on the planet, you need to be aware of this light field that you carry. And if you are not aware of this light field, you're going to be doing business unconsciously. That means that when people respond to you in certain ways, you won't understand why. That means when you put your products or your services out there, you won't even know how they're going to impact people. It means that when someone says something that's not true about you, you're going to mistake it as being true. It means that when you receive divine criticism, you're not going to be able to accept it. Like all of that is connected to this, believe it or not, because when you own your light and know your light, that's when you get to show up in the world from a very different place than what you're used to. And this is a self-initiation process because you are asking, your deeper parts of you are asking to be aware of what you bring to this planet. And if you're not aware of it, then you can't serve from it, right? And so the contemplation is going to give you an opportunity to take a time out, okay? You're going to take this time out and you're going to appreciate the fact that you have no idea what's going on. And instead, you're just going to sit with your life and you're going to look at it and be like, okay, what's working, what's not, and what is life trying to teach me about myself right now? In Soulpreneur Institute, I have a class called Know Your Light, Own Your Light, and we go into like a deep meditation with this and help you to really expand your awareness of your own light so that you're not walking in the world completely oblivious to it. Again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. A lot of the people on this planet that are here to make a change were very, very criticized in their childhood. Some of them were even bullied heavily and have a disconnection from the awareness of their own light because of those childhood stories. So if you're one of those people that went through that, then owning your light and knowing your light is going to be crucial for you to dive into the next phase of expanding your business. All right. So hopefully this reading was informative for you and supportive. I pray that you find the light within you, that you start to honor the ways in which your light is having an impact. When I first started my business, what I used to do was I would collect testimonials from my clients. This was 12 years ago. And I would ask them, like, how did you transform through the session and what did you get out of it? And I would ask them for this in a written way. And then I created a document in my phone and I put all the testimonials in my phone in this document. And every single night before I went to sleep, I would read the testimonials. And whenever I read the testimonials, I felt like I was getting amplified because I was starting to see the reflection of my light through these testimonials. And it was really assisting me in being able to recognize how to position myself when people would ask me questions about what I do. Because the thing is, I'm an intuitive, which means that I can do anything intuitively, right? Like I was a recruiter for a while and I intuitively knew who was going to get hired. So I didn't need to interview all the people submitting resumes because I already knew just reading the name of the person that they were going to get hired at this particular location. I was a recruiter for 50 different locations of a particular company. And I was always winning awards without doing half the work that I needed to because my intuition guided me, right? So as an intuitive, it really took me a while to figure out, well, where is my light shining the most and how am I going to articulate that to people? Because I could do a lot with this, right? But I let my heart and my soul guide me as well. And when I was collecting the testimonials, I just found the greatest degree of success and the greatest degree of passion that I had running through my veins was supporting entrepreneurs, right? And it's not only because I was born into a family of entrepreneurs. Yes, of course, there's that. But it's also this notion that like, I'm here to change the world. And how can I change the world in a way that is deeply meaningful for me? Like, what does that mean for me? And I've gone through all kinds of businesses and products and services that I've invested in. And I've just had some really bad experiences. And I got some awareness through those bad experiences. Like if this person just operated with this instead of that approach, they would do so much better, right? And so I started collecting all these data points and I literally created an entire binder. I'll just show you. I created like a scrapbook for myself. And this is like my personal scrapbook of all the light codes that I've been getting over the years, all right, that I wrote down. And in this scrapbook, I've channeled so much of what this new earth means. And every day I can only handle one of those codes. But as you can see, there's hundreds of them. But every day I can only handle one of those codes. And it took me 10 years, by the way, to really get those. But now that I have those codes, I realize that like these are the codes to support people in building this new earth. So that's been my process. I'm just sharing in case you don't know where to start, because I feel like doing something to help you in this position is sometimes better than doing nothing. Although doing nothing is the first step to getting to do something, because you're not going to get any divine inspiration unless you go into that void. So yeah, I pray that this was really supportive for you. If you're interested in joining Soulpreneur Institute, I would love to help you thrive in your business. If you are a heart-centered, integrity-driven business owner who genuinely wants to do good for this world, I would love to support you. So check out www.soulpreneurinstitute.com and I will see you soon. Take care. Thanks. Bye.